Hello, good day everyone, and welcome back. So I just decided that I would just probably compile this blog entry for now on my previous one because I don't think that my last previous one was a little bit of a short, short entry. So, any case, or in any way, for the moment, my blog right now, or my task revolves right now on my night watch, is to cover the firewire winch, which, for everybody's information, firewire winch, or the firewire, is what they call it here on the ship, is basically a supplementary mooring. Well, it's actually used if the ship is on fire. Mostly, it's used as more like a connection from a tugboat, so that the tugboat can pull away the ship away from a port terminal or a ship terminal or port facility, whatever you might call it, in case of a fire, in case the ship on fire. So as to prevent, more like a damage control in case the ship is on fire. But here's the thing, firewires are mostly not used now in Europe, so it's very rare that these firewires will be used in Europe. It's mostly used in Middle East and Asia, some parts of the Americas. I'm not exactly sure if it's still been used in United States. But either way, this firewire is used as an emergency appliance in case of a ship fire. So basically that's the wire connection. Like I said, it's a wire connection used for the tugboats to pull us away the ship in case of a fire if the ship is in on port or terminal. So right now, my blog is all about a simple task of covering this firewire winch. Pretty simple. I have to cover this firewire winch. By the way, each ship has two sets of firewires and firewire winch, one in the forward and one in the aft. And on my case, since this is my night work, which is technically it's still daytime. Well, not exactly daytime, it's already technically nighttime, but it still has a daylight condition. This will be my task right now in just covering this one. But, okay. So where is the, okay, I'm just gonna find out where is the rope here. Oh, right, okay. Right, so it's a very simple task. I just have to cover this one. Hopefully, okay, so, pretty simple, I guess. So I just have to put this one there. And, so, okay, I'm just gonna take a full view here. This is our firewire and our firewire winch. Of course, it has its own motor, so you can, deploy it. But on this firewire winch, the motor seems to be gone, and you have to, unfortunately, manually deploy it with the crank. Most firewires on different ships, especially the previous ones that I previous ships that I work with, the firewire winch is a motorized. It's motorized using a pneumatic air to power it up and make it run. But this, I don't know why the motor is gone and why am I using a crank. But anyway, it's their problem, not mine. That's the ship. That's the ship. What do you call this? That's the ship idea. So, yeah. Okay, let me see the connections here. Okay. Oh, well, what do you know? This is the switch control for firewire. So it is actually running with a switch, or more like a motor. So the motor is probably built in, and yeah, it's built in compared to other firewire winches. So no need to attach a pneumatic motor here because we already have a remote. So the remote, just for educational reasons, I'm just gonna show it out on my action camera here. This is pretty much a simple mechanism. It's switched on and it goes up, down. You press this, it goes up, this goes down. So there's an indicator that it's switched on here. See, there's a light source. So just for testing purposes, of course, I'm just going to switch it on. See, you can see the light over there. But I'm not going to touch these buttons because it's automatically going to, you know, cause some trouble. Or it's going to automatically activate. So I'm just going to switch this one off. There we go. The firewire winch is switched off. And I'm just going to lock this one. Okay, anyway, enough talk. I have to go through work and try to cover this fire winch. I'm just gonna seal this one here for a few moments and then I'll update once I've finished covering this firewire winch in the forward. Then we'll proceed on the fire winch on the aft. Right, okay, that didn't take long for me to finish. It just only took me around 10-15 minutes. Not that bad. And okay, so the next part that I'll be doing will be, of course, covering and securing the winches on the aft, or the fire winch on the aft. So I'll be going here on the port side. I'll be taking the port side we call this port side route, so that I wouldn't cause some problems. Well, actually, it would cause some problems because there's a CCTV around. So, but anyway, I don't expect that anybody is on the bridge right now. They're kind of pretty much busy doing their stuff. So anyway, if there's something going on, I'll probably have just to well, I'll just probably have to hit it. Anyway, at this distance, I don't think that my action camera would be seen. Or at this distance, I don't think that the action camera attached to my helmet would be seen. But just try to move fast, of course. Well, anyway, since this is officially a nighttime work, I am not expecting anybody on deck. So everybody is now on their rest period. I mean, at least at this hour, 8 to 12 night shift. Okay, it seems that I'm not noticed on the bridge. I'm wearing an action camera right now. So good for me. So there's this typical CCTV, but I'm not gonna be facing the CCTV. And yeah, I think the helicopter landing pad provides good cover from the bridge. So yeah, I have to adjust my helmet every now and then. So there we go. We got a nice deck area, pretty quiet. Oh yeah, by the way, one more thing that I should tell. This ship might heave up anchor probably by Tuesday or Wednesday, from what I've heard on the rumors. So by Tuesday, by tomorrow or Wednesday, we will be expecting to be going on another offshore platform to load cargo, and then after that it's either Netherlands, we'll be going to Amsterdam, Netherlands, or Mongstad, Norway. Anyway, I don't really care. It doesn't really matter right now at this point because this is my last month of working. Tomorrow is going to be my final month, or the start of my final month at work. And So final month at work, it means probably I have at least 30 days before I, disembark on the ship and, end finally this contract, this grueling and arduous contract. The contract that I never signed up for, actually. So, yeah. Can you imagine I lasted 6 months doing a forced work as an AB while being signed up as an OS? Whew. Honestly, I was feeling negative on my early months of my work. I wasn't really feeling hopeful because, I signed up as an OS. There's no point doing a work on an AB. It has a contract issue, right? But despite all of those, there were times that I think that I wouldn't make it, or times that I think that I would get fired. But I did make it, and now I am going to go for my final month on my contract. So hopefully my next contract on work would be more pleasant than this one. And yeah, more pleasant than this one, and will be a real VLCC. And if it's not a VLCC, at least on the fact that I would get to enjoy and work as what I signed up for, and work as an OS rather than work as an AB. So, okay. So I'm just gonna cover this one. Oh yeah, by the way, this is from the word itself, you can see control switch box for firewire reel aft. So I've already showed it a few minutes ago. Okay, so I guess, so it's the same thing, if you take a look at it. It has the source, on and off switch, up and down. So if you want to switch it on, oh wait, it's supposed to be switched on. But it's not switching on. It's not probably working, I don't know. I guess, electrician has to work and fix this one. But, anyway, not my problem. I just simply have to, secure and cover the firewire reel or firewire winch. Well, it's not really that hard to cover this one. Now, one more thing. On other crude oil tankers and VLCCs, winches are typically have a canvas cover over it. But on this ship, I don't know why the winches here do not have a cover for protection. Maybe, probably this ship makes voyage every few days or so. So I guess there's not enough time or it would be impractical if the winches would have covers, because what's the point of having a canvas if you're gonna take it up at least 2 or 3 days later? Or in some cases, why would you canvas a winch when the voyage is actually just in hours? So you get my point on that one. Now, as for this one, as for the firewire, why this one has a canvas, because since this ship is operating in Europe, we rarely used a firewire. Mostly it's just a fire mooring winch and that's it. So like I said earlier, firewires are probably just only now for regulation anyway, if you're operating outside European waters. Although it is still required, it is not it's more like optional now, at least in Europe, of course. Now if you're in Southeast Asia or even in the Middle East, it's a different story. Okay, I'm just gonna pull this one. Right. Okay. This should, oh great. Right, I'm just gonna switch this one off for a few minutes because this might get complicated, and I'll just update this again once I finish covering this firewire winch. Okay, Finish this within just 15 minutes again, 15-20 minutes. So goody goody, that leaves my task for the firewall complete. So I'm just gonna wrap these things up and we're done with here. Now the second task that I'll be doing, aside from this one, is to clean some buckets, grease buckets, more like recycle them and clean them from grease, so which we could use them later on. I'm already given the task that I could use the diesel, and they said that they've already stored the empty grease buckets here on the workshop. Oh my good lord. I never thought that it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them. Okay. This, or I think, wait, just give me a second here. And this would be, oh, Jesus. This would be bucket number 7. Yeah, this is bucket number 7. Oh, great. Okay, so this is more like not very good for me. So anyway, the main reason why we have to recycle this is because grease buckets are very sturdy, and buckets are very useful as a multi-tool type of carry thing. Oh, and this one still has some sort of grease in it. So it's anyway, buckets are really useful on board the ship. You can put almost everything on it. It's kind of like a handy tool without being a handy tool. So you could put your tools here. Once it's clean, you can even put your laundry here. Some seafarers recycle this and use this to put their laundry. But in either case, having a buckets here on board the ship is very useful. That's why we have to recycle it. And well, we could always order on the ship store, but I don't think some companies would be generous enough to do that. So we just probably recycled this grease and turn them to a multi-purpose container. Similar on how, like this bucket, we do. We put all sorts of tools in it just to carry it, since we don't carry a backpack or some sort of rig. Of course, I do carry a rig, but I'm not gonna use it on this ship contract. I mean, not here. Probably I'll use it before on my last ship contract. I used my rig, but not here on this ship in this contract. I'll probably use it on my next contract. But for now, I'm not in the mood because I've already stated that my experience here wasn't really good. Anyway, so how do we get rid of the grease and properly clean that? First off, there are 2 ways. One, get a diesel and splatter that bucket. Of course, the diesel dissolves grease, wire greased, and it's kind of diesel is actually more of a solvent used to dissolve grease. And number 2, we can go get a thinner here and dissolve it either way. But on my case, I prefer thinner. It's more effective. So this might take me a while to clean and recycle this, but yeah, I'll definitely finish it anyway. So here's the thing, I'm just gonna pour lots of thinner here. Yeah, I'm not gonna think twice and pull it in not using a thinner here just to clean this one. So anyway, the thinner will probably, the thinner will dissolve this bucket and along with the grease in it. And we have some ugly trash here as well. I'll probably go get a plastic garbage bag just to clean this one. Also this one. Whew. Right. So right now, that's the thing I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna soak this one with a thinner to dissolve all this grease, all this, yeah, just to dissolve all this grease. And, well, basically cleaning it, of course. Okay, this is thinner number 10, I forgot. I should have been using thinner number 2. Okay, well, I made a mistake there. I should be using Jotun thinner number 3, not number 10, because number 10 apparently is kind of like a strong thinner, and it basically ruins the paint. So, okay, I'm just gonna go outside and probably clean this around the corner. Yeah, it'll be more easier if I do this here rather than there. Or, yeah, I'll probably better be doing that in open air anyway. So, no, I think, okay, on second thought, that was my mistake. I'll probably be cleaning this inside the workshop. Besides, there's no CCTV security cameras in the workshop. And, well, we could just easily repaint if something goes wrong anyway. So I'm right-handed guy, but my gloves, my right gloves here, my right-hand gloves is currently has holes in it. So okay, so I'm just gonna clean this one and let the thinner dissolve this greasy thing. Okay, I'm going to stop now my blog recording, and I am going to continue and update this after I've cleaned all of this bucket. So yeah, but don't worry, I'm gonna update. Okay, just as promised, I am updating on what happened on my task in cleaning those drums. Oh, I mean buckets. So this is the last that I would be cleaning. After this, everything's looking all good. And unfortunately, the thinner is so strong that it kind of like dissolved my gloves right now, and I am now having a hole in my gloves, as you can see over here. See, we have a hole on my gloves here. Anyway, it's already the last one. Also, one more thing that I would like to note. Aside from the holes on my right hand, I somehow have holes as well on my left hand gloves as well. So basically I probably have to throw these gloves as, what do you call this? As, I'm not gonna use these gloves, unfortunately. So here, I'm just cleaning the last specks of it. Okay. With the thinner, and I'll probably let it dry. Okay, so I guess that's it. We're finished with here. I'll just have to pour this one over here. Yeah, let it, then let that thing dry. Okay, there we go. We're all done. So imagine I finished all of these buckets. There, that's the last of them. And this one, I will, well, put it here on some garbage bag. I'll probably wipe that thing off. I'll probably wipe the last bucket with a dry one, so that it could easily, get the, you know, it could easily get drained. Just for fine. Just for finishing, for finding up my work, or refining my work. Okay, there we go. So 2, 4, 6 buckets, grease chemical buckets have been cleaned. And there we go. We have a sack. Not sure if it's heavy, all right. Yeah, it is. So I'll probably have to put this one on the garbage room. I'll go get the trolley anyway. It's not very good that I'll have to lift it. Okay, it's a good thing that we store the trolley here, one of the trolleys. Okay, so from you can see it's almost dark now. When I was vlogging a few moments ago, it was there was still sunlight. But anyway, I still had plenty of time, and all I need is, of course, just to finish this. Then of course, we're done. Okay, just transfer this trash bag on the garbage room. Okay. There. Okay, go. Oh, great. Right. Well, actually, it took me almost a bucket full of thinner, gelatin thinner, to clean those 6 buckets. But it did get the job done. I'm just gonna simply say that I used a diesel in cleaning it. Oh, and one more thing, I should take note. Prolonged exposure to thinner isn't exactly a good idea. You're gonna feel some sort of toxic effects. Well, you can clean cleaner, but as long as you're cleaning it in an open air. Unfortunately, I was stupid enough to clean those buckets in an enclosed space like the workshop, and now I am starting to feel those woozy effects of the thinner. Now we're gonna put this one on the oily rags. There. That finishes the work. Okay. Well, and after this, I'm gonna throw the gloves, but that'll be later on. Just have to secure this. Whew, that was really a nasty piece of work. So yeah, like what I was saying a while ago, if you're cleaning or if you're using chemicals that you think has oh god, I hope my dinner doesn't shrink in my brain. If you're using chemicals that have some sort of have a nasty effect, you should always clean or use those objects in open air so that the toxic fumes or fumes that are harmful would be easily dispersed, and don't, as much as possible, avoid the use of chemicals that I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm just starting to feel the effects of the too much prolonged inhalation of thinner. You know, I have a woozy effect right now. But anyway, what I went to say was, if you're using harsh chemicals that dissolve into vapor, as much as possible, try to use it in an open air scenario like this one outside. Do not in any way, or at least as much as possible, avoid cleaning chemicals in an enclosure space like this one, or else you'll be suffering from the toxic effects, like what I am happening to have right now. Whew. Okay. So anyway, there's nothing much that I could do. This gloves is already what do you call this? Dissolve. It's no longer effective. It has holes, so it goes with the trash. So from what you're looking at right now, the whole workshop is at least those buckets are now cleaned. Okay, so I guess that concludes my work for this day, or concludes my night work for this day. So if you have any comments or suggestions regarding my video, you can just drop by a comment, and I'll see what the best I can to reply on those comments and suggestions. So also one more thing, if it's not asking too much, you can kindly like and subscribe to my video and click on the notification button. It will really help me a lot when it comes to the YouTube algorithm. So again, I am just call me Operator 60, concluding my blog for now. See you next time.